And I teased that I found something that is I wouldn't say deep, dark secret, but it's questionable.
I think it's
best.
Also a deep, dark secret for you.
It's a deep dark for me finding this, or
why were you looking on this?
I was on Twitter, where I find most things, or X, but let's get into it. There is a website, I'll just say it. It's BetUS, who put out a ranking of most dateable, attractable, crushable non-baseball players in MLB. They had a whole methodology about this that included personality, confidence, presence, and they used a scouting approach that included personality traits, golden ratio, which measures facial proportions and symmetry, job title, the search volume, and the social following that each had. And guess who's the number one non-baseball player in MLB? You see him on the screen. It's Baxter the Bobcat. Yeah, from the freaking Diamondbacks. This is not just, he's number one in mascots, but he's also number one in every non-player. This is including broadcasters, GMs, managers, concession stand workers, I guess, if they're doing this. This methodology, A, is insane, and B, somebody's really sick that they decided to come up with this. We've got the 15 hottest mascots in MLB. D. Baxter won, the Philly Phanatic 2, which is just weird. I have a problem with 3. What is a cub, Shane?
A bear?
A child bear. And they're ranking him.
Let's get away from this.
They're ranking the 3rd hottest. Mrs. Met is at 5. Billy the Marlin at 6. Okay, and Mr. Met at 7.
Let me just say something. I find this ridiculous. Mrs. Met should be 1. Or 2 at least.
Mrs. Met should be higher on the list. It's symmetry. Her head's a baseball. Mm-hmm. It doesn't get more symmetrical than a freaking circle, right? A sphere. But this whole thing creeps me out, Shane, so much. Like, why are we sitting here rating mascots? And do people actually, outside of a certain subsection of people, do people actually look at mascots and think, man, that's a hot mascot? Like, are people really sitting there thinking about this and trying to determine, did we need a ranking on this?
No. What? Well, I guess yes, because it's June 3rd, a month away from my birthday, by the way. It's June 3rd right now, and we're sitting here devoting 5 to 6 minutes on this. We needed this, Espo.
Well, if it had been anybody but Baxter, I'm not talking about it. I don't care. It's the fact that this Bobcat, that's 25 years old, that was named Bobcat because the ballpark was nicknamed the Bob, and Jay Bell's kid came up with the name for the mascot. They didn't have one up to that point. That's the only reason I'm talking about this. And I want to know, we've got a voicemail bag that we're going to do on Friday, and you can call or text this number, and I need to know, do you find Baxter hot? Would you go on a date with Baxter? The number's 480-535-0425. That's 480-535-0425. You can call or text that number. I need to hear your opinion on this. But that wasn't the deep, dark secret that I found.
Again, this is a deep, dark secret for you, Espo.
It was sent to me.
I don't think it was.
I'm a big fan of Pablo Torre Finds Out, free ads here, and Pablo deep dives, right? He finds the things that people don't find on the internet.
This looks like your phone, Espo.
And I found, somebody sent me this. It's D. Baxter's Tinder profile. D. Baxter's Tinder profile is out there, all right? I'm a little creeped out by it.
You want me to read it for you?
Yeah, why don't you give us a little of this taste of this?
I'm going to try to do a Baxter voice. What's up, D-Bax Nation? I'm Baxter, Bobcat by species, hype machine by profession. You've seen me flying down the dugout, busting moves, and hugging kids and grandmas alike. That's a little weird. I live for the roar of the crowd, the crack of the bat, and the smell of fresh popcorn off the field. I'm just a big softy who loves a good head scratch and a chill night watching the stars over the desert. His hobbies include tail chasing for cardio, of course. He's not just running around doing nothing.
Sure.
High-fiving fans and photobombing selfies, sliding into DMs and home plate. Dancing like no one's watching. Even
Glad that was home plate.
40,000 people usually are. Posing with churros. I take snacking seriously, he says.
Posing with churros. That sounds like a euphemism if I've ever heard one. We should probably stop this before I get a call from somebody that calls Chase Field home.